Hello everybody, my name is Sebastian and I'm one of the AMI staff coordinators, and as you can see I'm currently at the platform that will be used during the AMI 2020 conference. This video is to present you with basics of the platform as well as all the settings we are given an access to and all the rooms that will be used during the conference. So first of all, from the basics, how to move. For Android or iPad users, you may use the arrows that are displayed in the right bottom corner of your screen. For the computer users, it's rather recommended to use your keyboard. You may use both the arrows and WASD buttons. If you use them at the same time, you move a little faster. To run, you may use Shift with arrows and WSAD buttons. If you use three of them at the same time, it's the fastest way to move around the venue. With using a space button, you may also jump, but it's rather funny than practical. So we are currently at the conference lobby, which is the biggest area of the whole venue. You may access all the types of the rooms from both the lectures and on-demand content. In the middle of this arena, you may see a help desk with a SIM being always present here, which is called an AMI virtual assistant. If we click on this person, you may see some frequently asked questions. If we click on a question, you may see an answer, sometimes a direct link to another website. This SIM will be present throughout the whole conference here, but during the day also AMI staff members will join to help the participants with all the troubles that may occur during an event, especially sound settings mistakes, but we will talk about it later. Actually, if you enter this smart room, you may see a teleport to the staff room where we will have our debriefings and special guest meetings during the conference. Please have in mind that it's one of the hidden rooms, so it's displayed on yellow, so only staff members are given an access to it. If we move around the venue, you may see several adverts. They are not so stupid as they look, because if you click on them, it will actually open a website with more information about this advert. So if someone asks you that he's interested in Scholar RX, he may actually use this advert to move to this person's website. There are also several benches around the venue. If you click on them, you may sit to find a different perspective of a sitting person. So now let's move a little around the venue. If you do not want to use your keyboard all the time, you may also tap on a place around the arena and your avatar will move there directly. But as you can see, it's rather slow, so let's run. So now let's check how this sound, 3D sound, actually works at the venue. As you can hear or not hear, when I'm standing like several 20-30 meters from the screen with an advert at the background, I can't hear anything. If I move a little further next to the screen,
based medical
this
education
sound
with a
will
digital platform
be
built
heard,
on learning
and
science for any curriculum or mix of learning
shorter
formats.
is the distance from the
An
screen from the
opportunity to become
person,
more
the
data-driven
sound
in the classroom
should be
with a constant
louder.
stream of activity and performance.
That's how the whole communication system works at the venue. So for example, if there is a group of people at the other end of the venue, we are not able to hear them. But let's imagine there is a group of people sitting on this bench. If we are close enough, we will hear all these people speaking, and we can approach them as in normal life to discuss with them by turning our microphone on. Furthermore, around the venue, you may also see some screens named Conference Program. If you click on them, it will give you a direct access to the conference program, which I should underline is still not 100% ready. It has several of sessions listed with hyperlinks to the different rooms where these sessions will be held. If we click on this hyperlink, it will directly teleport us to the stream where we can watch the presentation we are interested in. Okay then, so now let's discuss all the basic options we are given for our own avatar to move, to record, and to do our staff duties. As you can see on the screen, there are several buttons displayed. If you tap on the first one, which is an exit one, you actually leave the room that you are currently in, and the list of other rooms is displayed for you, so you may easily access the room you are interested in. It's one of the ways to move around the platform. The second one is to approach the room you're interested in and click on a blue teleport to move inside of this room. Another option is to click on a program button and choose, as on the screen, a hyperlink of a session that you are interested in, and it will also automatically teleport you to this room. Another two buttons in the left top corner are information about which room you are currently in, with an option to invite someone via social media to this room. It's not practical and won't be used. And another not usually used option is to generate a code. For example, for the participants to meet at the networking arena, you may generate the code, and every participant that will enter this code will be automatically moved to you. But it's also impractical and won't be used by us. In the right top corner, there is an elf with a headset on with two green dots at the bottom. They inform you that your microphone and your speaker, maybe a camera, are working. So if both of them are green, everything is okay. You may ask the participants if they have two green dots, not a red one, to get information about their devices correct working. And if there is a trouble, you may also get this information from this symbol being always present for every participant. The next one is a record button. You may use it to record your screen from the platform, but we are not recommended to use it, as when the platform is broken, some bugs come up and the program will close, you would lose your records. So it's rather recommended to use an Xbox gaming program that is not a program that bugs often, but we will discuss it only with the participants who will have a task of recording a question and answer sessions during the conference. The next one, which is a camera button, is used to change the perspective from the third person to the first person, and it's particularly important while recording a session, because you can't imagine how bad it would look when you would record from this perspective. For example, a live lecture, person watching it would always see your avatar. So it's better to change for a first person view, to have like a cameraman view, and move around to record everything important happening at the conference. Another one, which is a mechanical wheel, is a settings button. So the first thing you should do, being present at the venue, you should start your sound wizard. It contains several automatic intelligent settings that will allow you to change your settings for the best ones. I mean the sound settings, of course. You may also change this remotely, but have in mind that the background of your room, of your house, may be heard by the participants if the settings are put incorrectly. So use your sound wizard to access the settings automatically and choose the best one for you. You may also choose the speakers settings and some general camera settings that are not important. But what I forgot about and what is very much important is the option continue to press talk while talking. It should always be unticked because in other conditions you would always have to continuously press the talk button to be heard by other participants. So it should be unticked to only press the talk button once. It will be continuously on until you tap it for the second time. So remember about this option because you would have like, why no one is hearing me feeling if something is wrong in this arena. Echo cancellation option helps you if there is a mirror effect that you may hear actually yourself 4,000 times because your speaker is not working properly. Another option is a search option. You may see every participant being present at the venue. Right now it's like only 6 people, but during the conference it will be 3,000. So you may actually search for example, for another staff member that should be present with you at the venue and invite this person to your room. You may also teleport to this person directly to this person's location. You may also remotely access the settings of this person by clicking on the name listed. The next one is a map. It's also not very practical option. It just shows you all the participants moving around the venue, all the rooms. You may use it to look for some interesting stuff, but it's rather impractical both for teleport option, both for choosing someone. It's better to use the options I have already presented to you. And the last one, which is a person with like 3 hula hoops on it, you may actually use it to teleport to any room at the conference. But for example, let's use stream to option. As you can see, you do not teleport directly inside of this room. You teleport to the access point in which you may enter the room by clicking on it. So it makes you easy to move around the lobby arena, but remember that you also need to click on it to move to this place. So let's teleport back to the start and discuss some more options. At the bottom you may see a chat. As you are a student task force member, also probably all the participants will have a common chat for everybody. So if you write something there, for example, hello, everyone that are in a lobby will be able to read it. By clicking on someone, you may also access a private chat. So if you are given a permission by this person, you will also have an option to chat by texting with everyone in the room. Another option is also user list, especially for chat. So if you click on, for example, Dino being present here, you have several options for participants to communicate, block communication, or even report someone's bad behavior to the conference facilitators. Another option is to move your avatar. The first one is a clap option, another is a wave option, raise your hand option, and an OK option. In the right corner there is something very much important, is a talk button. So normally when you move around you're not heard, so everything happening in your room is also not heard by the participants. If you want to talk, you need to press this button. As I am at the conference venue for the first time since logging in, it wants to move me around Sound Wizard. I don't want to do it right now. But remember that to speak you need to press the talk button. When it's pressed, you may see that it changes color for red. So now your microphone is on. If you click on it once again, it will be orange again and your mic will be off. There is also in the up left corner a small arrow that gives you some VIP options. So first of all, as student task force member, you have an option to speak to all in this room. If you press on it, everyone that are in the room will hear you communicate. So for example, you want to tell everybody that the sessions will start in 3 minutes and let's move to your rooms. You will be heard by everyone. You may also sneak on everyone and hear everyone speaking. If you have 3,000 people in the lobby, it's impossible to understand anything, so it's an impractical option. But if you're in a session room with only 10 people being present, it may be used to hear all the people speaking. So open talk option is about chatting, to open a chat, for example, in a room that you're currently. You also have some movement options, which are camera settings. You may adjust, for example, the distance of a camera behind you and also the point that the camera will center on during your recording. So that's another option, and that's all from the settings. So let's now move to different separate room to discuss the options we are given there. Okay, so we are currently in a stream 1. The first communicate which you will get after entering every room is, do you want to search for a free seat automatically? If you click on yes, it will find you a free seat around different avatars to be placed around the venue. If you click no, you may directly move around the venue and some icons of a sitting person will appear. You may also use them to sit in a place you would want to. How the sound works here, the same as in a lobby. So for example, there is a person sitting here. This person may be heard by the people around him, however not the people at the other side of the room will hear them. So it's also a practical option. But for example, if someone is sitting in the first row, please have in mind that also the speakers may be able to hear this person, because there is a short distance between them. So in here there are some practical options for you. You may open from your voice settings. You may speak to all to communicate. Turn your mics off, that we may facilitate the session. That's not the only access to this option. As you can see, there is only a talk button right now, but if we move to the speaker position, it automatically switches to talk to all. So if we are here, we are a speaker, we are staff members, we are also, like in a normal world with a microphone, we are also heard by everyone in this room. By clicking on this icon by the screen in the middle of an arena, you get an access to the presentation settings. As you can see, presentations are presentations are pre-recorded, so it's not necessary to change the slides, as it will be a video with a facilitator recorded with the whole lecture. So you may use a play button to play the presentation. You may use switch buttons to change between different presentations. As you can see, there are several already present here, and you may switch around. You may use stop to stop the presentation, or pause to pause the presentation. To move back, click somewhere or move around. There are also several places for the speakers or for the facilitators that will answer the questions during the question and answer part. On the large screens that are behind you, you may also present some content. So the middle screen is rather for presentation, but the side screens, if you click on them, you may see that you may use different options here. The show full screen option is an option that allows you to see the presentation that is in the middle screen on your whole screen. Normal participants do not have them, but you do have some buttons at the bottom. Please remember that if you are just a viewer, not a staff facilitator of the session, you should not use these buttons because they are also able to control and switch the presentations. So it's not like a button for you to switch the slides to watch the presentation faster, it's to control the whole venue. So don't you ever use them. Another option is to share your desktop. Remember not to click it because as in show full screen, every participant will have an option to see your desktop. The same with the share your webcam. Share image, it's applicable, for example, the staff room, because you may choose one image you're interested in, for example, a staff picture from 2019, to let everybody in the room to see this picture. Another very important button is Amy question and answers. This is for all the participants present in the room, and it allows them to ask questions to facilitators. So let's wait for it to open. And as you can see, participants are able to choose the code of the sessions they are interested in and ask the question. So let's just BP3. You may type your question here and it will be directly presented to the facilitator to gather all the questions and answer them both in Slido by texting and also during a session during a live chat. There are also some polls, so if you are in a master class and facilitators are interested in creating a poll, it's also possible in here. So these are basic settings of every room at the conference, and this is the stream 1, which will be the biggest one at the conference. If you want to exit, you may use a teleport, you may use a conference program to use a hyperlink once again, or you may also use an exit button that will transfer you to the main menu. We are currently in a stream 2. It's different, it's smaller, it has different colors, but the same options as the previous one: the screens, the question and answer button, the speaker's place with a talk to all option, and also exit options and sit-in options as discussed previously. Okay, let's move to stream 3, and you should notice that stream from 3 to 7 have the same times of the ROM. These are the smallest ROMs with all the options as previously, so I won't repeat them, but they have also a very important side ROM that is needed for master classes. It's a breakout ROM. So if facilitators want to divide participants into groups that would discuss something together and make a statement about something, all the participants should click on a breakout teleport, and it will transfer you to another room virtually behind the main one. Let's wait when it loads. Right now you can see that there are several arenas with a screen on named by the number of the group, and participants will get an information in which group they are in, and they should go there, and as previously by the platform you will be heard by everyone from the group to sitting and watching the person speaking. You will be heard only by people near to you. So it's practical to discuss, and after the discussion of all the participants in different groups, they just click on exit to stream 3 option. It will directly transfer them to the main room with a lecture going on. I don't want to sit automatically one. So that's all being present here. Okay, so now let's move to another very important aspect, which is how we can exactly help the participants that approaches at the venue, at the lobby, with their sound troubles. First of all, we are given these VIP settings, permissions that allow us to change sound settings of every participant being present at the platform. So let's take advantage of Dino being present here, not active at all. If we click on him, that will open some extra settings. Most of them are available for every participant to properly communicate with each other, but the last one, which is remote configuration, in which we are particularly interested, is available only for us. If we click on it, it will open some voice settings, permissions, general information. We may also sneak on people's personal computer system information. In voice settings, we may remotely switch the microphone, the camera of a person, and in general information also a speaker. Usually computers use different programs, different devices that are installed, and while the platform usually chooses the best one that is usually used while communicating via some online platforms, it may be mistaken, so you can remotely switch between them and ask the participant if something changed for better. Furthermore, remember that this is not a recommended option, because this option while talking means that you need to press constantly the talk button to be heard by other people. Participants should have a talk button on, and this option should be unticked because it's harder to communicate, especially for people not being active on computer platforms, on computer games. So it's better to have it unticked. For some voice settings, it's usually better to recommend the participants to use their own sound wizard, as it's usually very good in choosing the best settings in this area. In permissions, please have in mind that staff members as well as facilitators of the sessions, Amy engineers, etc., should have three first options ticked. So, for example, if a facilitator of the sessions at stream 1 approaches you and tells you that he's not able to open his presentation, or he's not able to control the settings of the room via question and through during the question and answer part, you may also check these options and make sure that all three of them are ticked. Remember not to use allow fly option, as it's only for the platform engineers, and if it's used commonly, it may easily bug the whole platform. So make sure and remember, it's always forbidden to use it for all the people. In general, as I said, it's about moving through the platform. Tap to move means that if you click on something, you move there, and you may also change the settings of a speaker. At the same time, please always remember that not all the technical errors, not all the trouble we are able to fix. For the more severe ones with computer systems, with iOS system, the Amy Office or Virtway platform facilitators seem to be a perfect solution finders. So if there is any problem that was unsolved, remember to share it with the nearest Amy Office person or facilitator, and also remember that the platform allows to communicate in many different ways, and that participants will not only work to you with their troubles, but they are also able to chat with you. They are also able to invite you to their location. And at the same time, you are able, for example, to invite a speaker to a room in which he should facilitate a session and which he cannot find. And you may use the option of a search engine to search for this person, to invite him to this room and to solve the problem. Also, if someone sends you a message, you should always use a search engine to find this person, to teleport directly to this person, because it's one of the easiest way to access this person's settings and to try to find the best solution for this person. Okay, all the previous rooms we discussed are rooms for lectures, masterclasses, so the main content of the conference. But there are also several additional rooms with a side content and on-demand content. The first type of a room is an exhibition arena. There are two halls like that around the venue, and it's important that in both of them there are different exhibitors. But it's not a problem, as you can easily move from one room to another using the same list of the exhibitors I will present to you in a moment. So if we approach the first exhibition, you may see that no one is standing there, but during the conference there will be a participants from this firm present here answering some question, and you are also able, by clicking on the exhibition, to enter some websites, or even here to use this firm's own presentation. Another one, which is a name one, very expensive one, with some sims being present there. These are like Amy virtual assistants. You may use them to find an answer for the most common questions. For example, in here there are two types of assistants, clinical reasoning one and resident assessment one. And probably there will be also a person from name present here to answer more questions, and as they predict they will be busy, there also seems like that present in here. So as you can see, it's clever. It allows us in a normal conference to see an advertisement, and Amy actually thinks about preparing a reward as an virtual copy of a book or like an extra presentation. I don't really remember what was it's supposed to be, but participants will be encouraged to visit exhibition session during the breaks at the conference. So many people should attend this place. Actually, student task force members, I think too, will be present by the exhibition help desk by the entrance to the room. So you will be the first people seen by the participants. So probably many questions will be asked. The first thing you should recommend them is to click on exhibitor listing. It directly transfers you to the list of all the exhibitors, I think, in both of the rooms. And if you click on them, for example, let's search for name, you will be automatically transferred to this exhibition. So it's practical, it's fast, and allows you to move around. Furthermore, there is a special funny thing for all the participants, which is called a photo booth. To use it, you must click on share your webcam, and with using an option you share your webcam here. I won't use it because I look terrible right now, but let's imagine that my picture is here. And furthermore, at the bottom there is a small, very poor visible icon that makes your avatar to stand in a give me a screenshot pose. So your face will be displayed here with your avatar created by you standing here, and it's for sharing your presence at the Amy conference at your social media. If you use arrows, you will move around. Camera is like blocked by this. And also there will be a special instruction prepared for the participants to let them know that there is an icon here and that it should be used here. From Exhibition Arena, there is also a hidden entry to Stream 7 that there was no place for it at the main lobby area. So you may also enter the Stream 7, but you may also enter with using a conference program as well as the list of all the rooms at the conference. So the next room is networking room, and as you can see the weather pretty changed here. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it's rather a Scottish one, so you may feel like at the real Amy conference. And as you can hear, there is also a nice music playing, and it's only a room for people to communicate with each other, to have their personal group meetings, to have some mentorship duties, to network with each other. So participants may invite each other to this room, sit by the table, and discuss. There's nothing more present here. You may just enter and exit, find some people here. It's all about that. The next room, which is an imposter room. At the entrance, you have an imposter support with some information how to upload, how to watch, download content from imposter. Then imposter showcase. It's important that it can't be opened using the platform. You must actually use your web browser. So let's wait for it. And you have the whole toolbox here. You may find imposters by looking at an author, title, by completing the search engine, but you may also use imposters in different types of categories to browse for them. And by clicking on imposter, it will automatically open. It will show you an abstract, a poster, and there is also an audio welcome of a facilitator that you may listen. So that's all here. Let's move back to the platform. Around the area, as in a networking room, there are several tables, and by each of the tables the categories of different imposters are named as well. This is meant for discussion between the participants interested in different areas. But the idea of it is the same as for networking. So people may just meet there, discuss, communicate, change, show to each other their personal contact information. And that's all meant here. We'll also have student task force member in here to help. We won't have one in the networking area to help the participants to open the e-posters. But as you can see, it's a simple thing. So I don't presume that it will be needed. We will also encourage all of you as student task members to watch the posters, to contact with the participants, to be active in the virtual discussion at its reduced at the virtual type of a conference, and we are people who will be able to help with the discussion to grow. And the last accessible room is on-demand presentations. As you can see, there is a bright instruction at the entrance that you need to click on the iPad to watch the presentations, and each of the iPads have the same access. So you may click on an iPad, and if you log in with your conference login and password, you will get an access to all pre-recorded short communications as well as recorded during the conference masterclasses and plenary session to rewatch during the day or the night throughout the conference period. Furthermore, as previously, there are several rooms here to discuss, and there's nothing more in here. Have in mind that there are 5 on-demand presentation rooms that do not have any differences between each other, but are just to divide the crowd of people that would want to go there to 5 different rooms, that the rooms do not become overcrowded. So at the end, let's move back to the scene list, which I have not presented to you yet. Another option, an extra option that you have in here, is to change the appearance of your avatar. We won't use that often because we have the same colored staff t-shirts that we should wear throughout the conference period. But if we choose to organize something special in the staff room, you may use this option to wear some fancy clothes in the future. Furthermore, there is a hidden bar at the bottom that it's not easy to see. You may use it to switch between different staff rooms. And we will go to the student task force room. I haven't called staff rooms as general because we all will be there present. But the student task force room is the hidden one, which is accessible only by the staff members. It's pretty similar to the streams from 3 to 7, but with no breakout option allowed, so you may sit everywhere. As coordinators, we're probably on a podium, and you will all be able to hear us. We may also change a background for a nicer one, as the staff one. And we will organize our debriefing, special meetings there. So remember about this room, remember to visit us, remember that it's also a networking arena for all of us. And to sum up, I hope that this video allowed you to understand better the platform, and as I tried to summarize all the most important topics that Amy Office presented to us in the previous Zoom calls or platform trainings. If you have any other questions, your tutor buddies as coordinators are available for us. Please do your personal trainings without your tutors, without us coordinators. Please join the platform, see all the settings yourself, move around, as it's the best way to practice, to learn the platform. Have a lot of fun here, and I hope soon, in several weeks, we will all meet together here and have an amazing period of time working at the AMI 2020 conference. So thank you all. If you have any questions, please ask them on private. Bye bye.